So I've gone live, and we'll just do a little check first. I've got an echo now, that it's actually gone through to the page. Bear with us. Okay, we are live on Facebook. Good morning and welcome, and it's nearly 10:10 on the 1st of December 2016, and this is Blabbing for Britain, episode 54. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Stephen.
Well, we've had, just whilst we're here on our own, I'm just going to change the layout for a second, and hopefully we'll both go to the top of the screen. I'll go to the top of the screen as well, because I want to bring up a picture. And this is a picture that just appeared in my timeline, and we can see ourselves. That's a year ago today.
Oh, God.
So if you look, that's I mean, in those days we thought that was the bee's knees, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and we've come a long way since then. That was when Stephen Bray was on, and I chatted to him the other week.
Was he in Turkey then as well?
He was, yeah, and this was connecting Turkey and ourselves in the UK, and there we go. A year's flown by. Blabbing for Britain every Thursday at 10 o'clock, and that has been true for the last 12 months. So we've made it. We have done. Oh, hang on.
So where's Peter and Stephen?
Right. Peter should be able to see us now. I'm just going to go into Messenger and tell him to try now. We are live. Okay. And I've got a ping coming through. Right. Okay. So it's just me and you on here at the moment. Stephen may join us later. I don't know. I've not heard from him apart from this promotion of TEDx Stoke, which is this weekend. Now, if you're watching Blabbing for Britain live on Facebook, welcome. If you want to join us on air, just press the link. If you've got any questions or any comments, then just type them on Facebook, and John and I will be able to see them here, and we'll respond to you as quickly as we can, really, because as soon as you type a comment, it appears on Smile Time. Now, this week we're broadcasting from Smile Time. Smile Time is free to use. It's free for creators. We can come on here and we can create shows and go live to Facebook. We can see the comments that you make, and we can have up to 4 people on screen at any one time. So now the first thing that I came across today, John, I don't know what your feelings are. I'm just going to pick up the news. Is that the figures out today show that immigration's reached a record high. 344,000 net immigration into the UK. I mean, the situation is that obviously every Conservative government has said we will take steps to decrease the emission, and every year when they release the official figures, it's gone up. And despite there have been record numbers of people coming from the EU. So despite our Brexit vote to leave the EU, people are still coming in, and the numbers are rising. I mean, obviously, in the global context, we need people to come in every year to fill the jobs that are created. But that's good. Right. Okay. What's happening on the football front, John?
Dunno. Some idiot got made England manager yesterday. Former Villa player. So.
Oh right. Okay. So he's a good man then, Mr. Southgate.
Early days. His under-21 record is unbelievable. So let's hope he can reproduce it with the main team.
Oh yeah, I mean basically, I mean he's since he took over after Sam left, he's won 2 and drawn 2, hasn't he? So he's shown that he can take the team, he can drive the team, he can get them fired up and playing as a team.
I think his key difference is it's not about him.
Right.
With all the big names we've had in the past, it's been about them. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas he's a FA employee that's moving up the line.
Well, yeah,
maybe that's the right approach. Still paying him nearly £2 million a year. On the other hand, that's nothing for, footballers are earning £40 million a year. So
yeah, the players get paid more than the boss, don't they?
Yeah.
It's a very strange game, football, as we know. Anyway, just to say, Burnley is still in the Premiership, not in the top half anymore, so I'm relaxed about it.
Are you 11th? So that's hardly terrible, is it?
It's not terrible, no.
You're not mid-table of the Championship like we are, so you can't really complain.
No.
The other footballing thing this week, of course, is Mr. Pullis. Who now has to pay £3.75 million back to Crystal Palace.
Oh, why is that?
Well, he lost his appeal over his bonus. So he's got to pay his bonus back plus £1.75 million in costs and expenses.
Wow, that's bad news for him then. But he must have known.
He asked them to pay his £2 million bonus, which was conditional on him taking at least the first match of the season, and he took the £2 million bonus early.
Yeah.
Because he said he needed it for a land transaction, and then left the day after he was paid it, and now he's lost his case. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to switch layouts again.
He's still doing a damn good job though for the Albion.
Well, yeah. I mean, when he was at Stoke, wasn't he?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. Twice at Stoke. Peter, we can see you in the black box. If you want to check, we did this yesterday. Everything was working. One day it works, one day it doesn't.
He perhaps needs to allow his camera.
Yeah, it was working fine yesterday, but if you check your camera again and check the settings, then we should be able to see you. Because we had fun for about a quarter of an hour yesterday. And that's why we're late this morning, ladies and gentlemen, because we took about 10 minutes to get going. If you are watching us on Facebook, and we know that a couple of you are, we can't see you, but you can see us. If you have anything, right, so you can't see yourself either, Peter. I'm going to take you off again, Peter. I'm going to invite you back. Okay. I think what we should do, I mean, this is thinking forward. We should all have our own Smile Time channels, and we should test our rigs in that before we come on air, and then we'd know it was working. I mean, I was here sort of 20 minutes before to test things out. And if you right, I don't know where you are, Peter, whether we actually are you on your iPad or are you on your PC? This is obviously relevant. Yeah, the other thing that happened whilst we weren't watching, John, is that whilst we weren't watching, whilst we were occupied with Brexit and with the US elections, and we expected neither result, but we'll come back to that. The government have put through a cyber law which says that internet service providers must keep and must track us and keep the data for a year.
Where are these giant servers going to come from that are going to store all this crap?
Well, all right. Well, the situation is that this has snuck in. It's going to be law by the end of this week, and it's too late to do anything about it because it's going through the Lords. And ISPs, internet service providers, will have to keep our data for a year. Now, they're not interested in what pages we look at, because that would be much too much data, as you quite rightly just pointed out. What they're going to track and keep for 12 months is the sites that we visit. Yeah. So if we went on to Facebook and we visited 30 different pages, they'll just keep the one page, the Facebook page. And if we went onto the Guardian site, or even the BBC site, it will keep the fact that we've gone there. That information is then stored. by each ISP, and this is the kicker, it's accessible by 28 government agencies. Yep. This has gone through without anybody knowing about it. Now, it could well be that this is, well, it's civil rights for a start, isn't it?
Yes. I don't know. Am I bothered? Kind of, I'm afraid, comes to mind.
Well, no, to the majority of the population, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
Yeah, because we know the ISPs are tracking us anyway, and they must be keeping at least 1 to 3 months data. So if we have a problem, we can go back to them and say, I'm surfing XYZ and this happened, and what have you. So, don't know. I mean, and we've just been told by Stephen, he's actually in a cafe on Blythe Bridge. Hope all goes well. If you want to join us, Stephen, you can get the Android.
Is that the cafe where they send all the failed contestants on
right,
The
okay.
Apprentice?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we must.
Blythe Bridge is in Stoke-on-Trent, isn't it? But never mind.
Right. Okay.
I'm not really bothered, to be honest, Stephen. I'm sure that if they want the information, they'll get it anyway. You know,
Yeah.
Do I do anything contentious? Don't think so. Not sure what my children do when they're here, but hey, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's only keeping the IP addresses. It's obviously, you know, it can type down. Yeah, the internet service provider can type down to name and address. Whether the name and address will actually be part of this database, I don't know. Right, I've invited Peter again, and
see what happens.
See what happens. Hopefully this time on the PC. Right, okay. And I was speaking to Leland the other day because there's something I couldn't understand, and I wanted an answer to it, and that's the US elections. And basically, yeah, okay, we don't know what's going to happen yet, but the recounts. I mean, in the UK, we have an election, and we know the counted vote by the end of the evening, don't we? Or early next morning, or if you're Irish, the following day. But all the votes have been counted. Yeah. In the US, when they declared President Trump, President-elect Trump, the votes have not been counted. That's an estimate. Yeah. Now they're appealing in a couple of states to actually have the vote hand counted again, because it's contentious, and there's all sorts of rumours flying around.
But they can only do it if it's half. If they lost, there's a less than 0.5% differential apparently.
Yeah. Well, Leland showed me the Michigan results, and Trump got 1.75 million votes. Yeah. Hillary Clinton got 1.749999. It was only 10,000 votes in it, so that's why they're going for the recount. But I mean, the situation is.
But it's not Hillary driving it, is it? It's the Green Party.
It is the Green Party, and it has to be said, if the Green Party hadn't been there, who knows what would have happened. And Mr. Johnson as well. But I think this is one election where the third and fourth candidate did influence the result because it was so tight in several states. Right, I'm going to try it again and invite Peter. If he's on his PC, we had this working yesterday. And just to confirm that Stephen is in a cafe, and I hope to see you next week, Stephen. And we've got to say, good luck this weekend with TEDx in Stoke. And I'm struggling to get Peter on board. All right. Okay. Now, if you are watching us on Facebook, it's good if you are. If you've got any questions about anything about Britain or about tech or about websites or anything you'd like to know, then please ask us. We generally talk about things that happen in the UK and things which might affect the UK. And I'm just trying to. I'm on the BBC website, John. Just having a look around to see if there's anything
Right.
we can talk about.
I'm sharing us while we talk.
Am I allowed to mention cricket? Right, we got beaten in the second test, in the third test, so we're now down 2-0. So the lads have got to really get going in the next match. And
Is it the best of 5?
It is the best. No, it is the best of 5. We drew the first one, and we've lost the second and third in some style. And John's just requested a hot chocolate from Stephen. The Blythe Bridge. No, that won't show on. Only if I put that there, John, will it show on screen? Okay, and that will show the recording as well now. So I'll take that. I'll do the same. I'll have a hot chocolate too. Now, during the course of our 54 weeks on here, we've met lots of people, and if you want to join us on there, this is our first week going live on Facebook, so we're sort of winging it. If you want to come on there, just press the link that's at the top of the Facebook post. We'll see that you've come in and just say hi. And I don't Peter's got a question here. Why is your channel not showing the smile time up? I don't know. It should show on the front screen. If you can subscribe to it, I would have hoped that you would actually, as we had this working yesterday, you would come in exactly the same way. That was one of the reasons we had the chat, to make sure that this was working. Now we can experiment later, but we are live on there. So if you want to join us, just come along to the URL that's in the page there. And if you've got any comments or questions to make, then please make them, and we'll take it from there. We are broadcasting live from our desktops, and that's the way we prefer it. I mean, we can use mobiles and what's the word I'm looking for, John? Portables.
Tablets.
Tablets. You can use PCs. You can use phones and tablets to do this, but the preferred way is to actually be on a PC, or even a Mac. The Mac works well, as we've proven well over the months that have been going. Right, okay, and is the echo me, Kelvin? Thanks for joining us, by the way.
I can't hear any echo.
I occasionally get one, and it's I don't know. It's not a permanent echo. It's an echo that comes and goes. I don't know. It might just be peculiar to the channel that we may need to wear earphones. Good to see you, Kelvin. If you want to join us on there, just press the link, and you're more than welcome. This is our first ever Facebook Live as Blabbing for Britain, where we've gone live for the whole show rather than just a test. We did look at blue jeans, and blue jeans is an option, but I think the show feel on Small Time, and the fact that Small Time is free for creators, it makes a big difference.
It would have been nice to be able to show 4 of us up, but it looks like we're not going to.
Not this week. And Kelvin said he's on Facebook and there's an echo, and I can hear myself now.
Has he got Smile Time open as well? Because if he's got both, no, he will.
I only have one tab open, and yeah.
No, I meant Kelvin. If Kelvin's got Smile Time and Facebook open.
Yeah, I've got the echo too.
All right. I can't hear any echo.
No, you can't, because it's not me that's doing it. Okay, no worries. We'll move on. If you are watching us on Facebook, then as we were discovering this morning, setting each platform is different, and occasionally we need to wear earphones so that we don't get any feedback. And I think Smile Time's defeated the distance between John and his speakers. Right. Okay. Now, in other news. What's anything happening in the Midlands? We cover the Midlands and Wiltshire, if you wish.
There's nothing happening in the Midlands except we had a really smart young lady from a Michelin-starred restaurant on MasterChef on Tuesday night. I'm looking forward to see how well she does in tonight's knockouty thingy, quarter finals, I think they call it. So she was really very, very good.
It's always good when somebody local gets in the news. I mean, that was the same at the Olympics in Brazil. There were several Wiltshire people there representing the GB, and some of them did quite well and were honoured when they came back. It gives a local perspective on it, doesn't it? All these shows. Have you been watching? I know the answer to this question before I ask it. Get me out of here. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Well, this is I haven't either.
What is the attraction to a bunch of third-rate celebrities sitting around a fire in a pretend jungle?
I think the jungle's real.
Sorry?
I think the jungle's real.
Yeah, but
it's a clearing. But
it's only yards away from a massive studio, isn't it? You know, and control room.
It's not fake, John. It's real.
Did you know that they can be making up to 3 of them at the same time for different countries?
Right, in Australia at the same time, yeah. Okay, it's an industry, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the most known person we've got Larry Lamb.
Yeah, I kind of know who he is.
Yeah, and Carol Vorderman. Those are the only 2 names that I recognised, and none of them have attempted me.
I mean, I did catch some of it the other day because it was on while we were having tea, and we just have the TV in the corner in the background.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew those 2, and I knew Wayne Bridges, but who the rest of them are, God only knows.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Even
I mean,
my daughter didn't know who one of them was. You know, she's 25.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. It's supposed to be a celebrity show, and there's no celebrities in it. Well, none that we know.
I think it was Larry Lamb that she didn't know who was, which shows you a generational division, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, there is a generational division. You've also got to be watching your reality shows and know what Towie is and whatever. All these reality shows where people become well known for being themselves.
Apparently, there's somebody called Gemma off something called Gogglebox. What the bloody hell is Gogglebox? Right. Apparently, my wife tells me it's people watching television.
Before last weekend, I would not have been able to answer to you, but we were staying somewhere. I'm not going to say where. We're staying somewhere, and I didn't have the remote control. It wasn't under my. It was their house.
Under your power.
It wasn't in my power to change channels. So we actually watched Gogglebox. Now I have to say that it's taking programs that you've watched during the week and showing people's reaction while they're actually watching them. Okay. And what they do is they take the highlights of the shows that have been on that week and the audience reaction. The audience have become well known to the people watching and become celebrities in their own right because of their take on what's happening on the television. And some of it, I have to say, is quite funny because it's you know, I mean, but the concept is I could watch it occasionally. That's all I'm saying. I could not watch it. I could not see myself watching somebody watching television every week, watching somebody else watching television. It just goes on and on. So Gogglebox is no longer a mystery. The part of me wishes it was. It is on the one-off situation a good television. It's like watching what's the quiz show on the BBC where they ask questions and they've got three. Oh, I'm going to get this totally wrong. There's a quiz contest on the BBC, and
right again,
no chance.
No.
Right,
I used to watch University Challenge once. That was good, and I hate to admit it, but I quite like The Chaser.
No, we're all. There's nothing wrong with liking it. Well,
I gained the habit with The Chaser because when Mum wasn't very well, that's all she watched was Challenge. The channel Challenge on Freeview, and I used to sit with my mum and watch that and Pointless, and I found pointless.
Ah, right. Okay.
Quite like Bradley Walsh in The Chaser.
Yeah. That's the one that comes to mind to me, is Pointless, which you can watch. Hello, Peter, you're back. If you've got the same setup as yesterday, you should be able to work your way through it with the settings on your microphone and camera. As I say, it was working yesterday. Not worth it. Yes, Pointless. Pointless is a good program if you watch it occasionally. And Celebrity Pointless, where you actually know the celebrities who are celebrities. That's good too. I'm going to switch back while Peter sorts himself out. They were asked the other day whether they'd actually do hang on, just let me get this sorted. That's not, no. I'm trying to get a layout that we can live with. Yeah, it is a situation where there are some programs you can watch once or twice, yeah, but not every week. And Pointless is one of those. We're pointless to watch it every week, but it is good when you watch it. I mean, we're quite good on television. Looking forward to one or two new the drama, BBC drama, obviously, is one to watch out for. I'm looking forward to several shows which should be with us in the new year.
There was one piece of interesting news this week for McDonald's fans.
Right, yeah.
Jim Deligati, and I suppose that's probably not how you pronounce it, died the day before yesterday. Who the hell is Jim Deligati? I can hear you saying it.
I've thought it, but I wouldn't say it because
he's the man who invented the Big Mac.
Oh, right, okay.
He died at the age of 98. He was one of the early franchisees, and he tried to make McDonald's fairly plain burgers a bit more interesting by putting two of everything in it.
He did it with relish.
2 slices of cheese, basically. He
worked with relish. Sorry, the pun there.
I was just going to ignore that one, Stephen.
You can't ignore it.
He invented the secret recipe for the sauce.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, because McDonald's is a true story, isn't it? Well, of course, but it went from one restaurant, which then became a franchise operation, which then went worldwide. So it's, I mean, that's how things start. One idea takes off. That's what I'm looking for. I just want the one idea to take off.
Well, because McDonald's wasn't started by the McDonald's brothers, it was actually started by the guy that sold them, well, turned around into something big, by the guy that sold them milkshake mixers.
Oh, right, okay.
The McDonald brothers opened the first McDonald's, but apparently they were 2 Scottish blokes in America who didn't really know what they were doing.
Yeah. And
it's the guy that sold them the milkshake mixers turned it into a real business. A guy called Ray Kroc.
Yeah. Brilliant guy. I mean, I that's one of the biographies I have read. Can you have a biography of a business? How Ray Kroc actually created McDonald's is a brilliant story, and if you can find it on Amazon.
It's on the shelf over here.
All right. Well, it's on one of my shelves somewhere. It's a brilliant book, and it's like reading a thriller, because you want to know what happens next and what works and what doesn't work, and we know effectively at the end of the day is going to be successful. So people should check out what's the title of the book. If you've got it.
Oh, thank God.
That'd be good. To answer Kevin's question, we've got the situation where Stephen is on the Blythe Bridge this morning and looking forward to TEDx, and we're having, as best described by Peter, is a nightmare trying to get him on air today. And I'm going to try once more. If you want to join us here, Kevin, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, I am definitely blabbing for Britain today as we go to it. But we felt that we had to come out to Facebook. We had to go from Smile Time to Facebook. I'd just like to say, well, I know we're on Smile Time. I'd like to say thank you to Fire Talk, who did, in fact.
It's called McDonald's Behind the Arches.
That's it. Behind the arches, the title comes back to me now. If you want a good Christmas,
somebody or other. Unfortunately, there's another book on the shelf that's hiding hiding the author's name. And it's the top shelf, and I'm not going to climb up to get to it.
Okay, right. I'm going to take Peter off. Peter, if you can on Smart Out, if you can create your own channel, that's probably the best way of doing this. Going forward, you're going to need it. Create your own channel and just go bring yourself on screen on your own channel, and then if that's working, come back here. So Kevin is asking the question. Only two of us today. Yes, Kevin, we welcome all your comments and questions to keep the show going. We're going to blab till about 11 o'clock because I've got to be very quiet from 11 o'clock. Ask me why I've got to be quiet, John.
Why have you got to be quiet, Stephen?
Because BBC Radio Wiltshire are knocking on the door physically and coming in to interview Angelica about German Christmases. So they're recording for the radio. Right, and a question from Kevin here, which I'll bring up. I heard FB were launching a split screen soon. Not heard anything concrete anyway, Kevin. There are always rumours flying around. I think the thing is, if they do, then obviously it's another option. I think that from the situation of what Smile Time and Be Live can do, and to take, that's Kevin's first question, that's Kevin's second observation. This will be right. Okay. Right. Okay. Now
I haven't heard such rumour.
Right. Okay. To Kevin's question, the situation is that speaking to I did a show with David Vaughan on Monday, and he's based in North Carolina, and we did a show at 4 o'clock here on here, and we're joined by Alex Krugloff, who's the CEO of Smile Time, and he came on, and for about 25 minutes he answered everybody's questions about the platform, about Facebook. And the feeling I got from him is that Facebook loves the platforms that are coming in. They love Smile Time, they love Be Live, they love Blue Jeans. Anything which is feeding video into Facebook is welcome and has Facebook's full cooperation on working with the API. When Facebook go two up, Facebook could well go two up on the app. I can see a lot of fun happening here. These sites will not be redundant. You can come on Smart Time, you can come on Be Live, you can come on Blue Jeans, and you can just have your own camera and your own mic. That's all we've got. John and I got a C920 or a C920 equivalent, and we just come live on this web page and it works. What's happening is that all the pre-processing and post-processing is being done by Smile Time. Okay, so they're bringing our two feeds together, they're bringing our two soundtracks together, they're making this work. And Smile Time have got their own version of, don't use Topbox, they've got their own version of WebRTC. They're making this work. It's going to be a mega challenge for Facebook to make this for millions of people. My take is that there'll always be a place for platforms that feed into Facebook, despite whatever Facebook do. Because of the way that the function is. So I don't know. 2017 is going to be an exciting year. Okay, Kevin, you've been a contrarian today. This is not nice. We're trying to get a show out.
Everybody loved Blab. We did, but the bottom line was they didn't have enough money to keep going.
That's true. That's true. I mean, if we want to go back, let's go. So we use our time machine, John.
Yeah.
Go up there, and here's our time machine. And this was a year ago today, when we were on Blab, 1st December 2015, and that's on Blab. Now you can see today that the picture quality is better, the sound quality is better. It's more stable now, and we can do a lot more than Blab ever could. Blab is still going as Bebo, but they've made technical mistakes which sort of hacked everybody off. And I'm going to go back to the other layout. They hacked everybody off. Where have I gone? I've lost myself.
Well, I can see you. You're just on top of me.
Oh, right, hang on. That's better. Hang on, I want to go there. That's better. Oh, this show feel. I think, Kevin, that the situation is 2017 is going to be.
I don't think it matters even if FB do their own split screen. I think their ambition is only perhaps to ever go to 2, whereas there are products out now like Blue Jeans where you can have up to 25 people sharing the screen. Yeah. So there's always going to be a market. They're not going to cut people off at the knees because it cuts their costs, even if they have their own product. And there's always more than one way to skin a cat for almost everything we do in life, isn't there?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. It's always better when you have a product that people create add-ons for. Yeah, let's go back a bit. Go back to Doom, the computer game Doom. Do you remember that? We're going back a bit, John. No.
Yeah, I was never into computer games.
Right, okay.
So.
The reason that game took off is because people could create their own levels. And so there's a lot of interaction from a lot of people. And the same's happening in video. We're seeing a lot of startups going into video. The 2 that we're, well, 3 that we're primarily using at the moment is Small Time, which, as you know, is Ali Krugloff, who's ex-Hulu. And so there is backing on this platform. It'll always be free creators. BeLife.tv, which is from Haifa in Israel, and I know that it's got backing within Israel. And then Blue Jeans, which is part of the Blue Jeans empire, which is a blue chip company who Facebook themselves use for their in-house conferencing. So the 3 platforms that we're using at the moment are as remote from Blab as you can get, and the stability. The betas come off here on Small Time. That's all good. So 2017 is going to be exciting. I've got to sort of put together my thoughts on that. Yeah. Anyway, I had an experience last night. I was actually interviewed by Raven Glover. I was in LA for a short while. I was in Los Angeles. Physically, well, not physically. This is the wonderful thing about the video. You can join continents, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning for Raven, and 6 o'clock in the evening for me. And we had a good chat for an hour. Really enjoyed ourselves. And I'm grateful to Raven and to Leah, who I met on the show, and to everybody who joined us there, and also to everybody who took advantage of my special offer, which was the guide to BeLive.tv face-to-face, because it allowed me to reach a target, which was so grateful. Right, if you are watching on Facebook, we're going to run for another few minutes. If you have questions or comments, as Kevin has. Kevin, thanks for keeping us going as always. If you have any comments or questions, then we're obviously going to answer them and take them. We can see them, and we can reply to them now, live. If you've got anything you want to ask or any comments you want to make, then please do, and we'll highlight them on the screen. If we highlight them on the screen, then they will appear in the recording, and will be there forever, because this show then goes up to YouTube, and from YouTube it goes to websites, and it has a life all of its own. We've got a library. If you've got time over Christmas, if you're bored over Christmas, go to YouTube, check out my channel, and you'll see a playlist there. You can play all 54 of the Blabbing for Britons back to. You can, if you're having problems getting to sleep, you can play it.
I think they need a sanity check.
I think they would, yeah.
We were like very, very wooden in the early days.
Yeah,
frightened to open our mouths.
Yeah. Don't watch. Only watch the early ones if you want to see how it all began. But later on, when we got the camera and the mics all set and we got more comfortable, then that's when things start to make more sense. Now we're going to be on Facebook 10 o'clock every Thursday, and you can join us on the Facebook page, or you can join us on the link that we'll post. If you join us on the link that we post, we'll try our best to bring you on camera, and you can try it out and see what it's like. What we'd love to do is in 2017 is encourage more people in the UK to come on camera. Agree, John?
Yeah, we're going to have fun in 2017. We had fun in 2016 and even fun in 2015. But next year is the year of online video.
I totally agree. I mean, if you're a business, now is the time to get involved. Now is the time to practice and be ready to reach out to your audience. Because, I mean, even Facebook spent 14.7 million last month alone advertising Facebook Live. And when Facebook is spending money outside Facebook to advertise a service within Facebook, then it tells you that they think it's going to be big, because they don't spend money unless they have to. So,
I think we'll see traditional video, i.e. video adverts, etc., moving down market to smaller businesses as well, and looking more professional in 2017.
That's it. I mean, you can come on here armed with, say, vMix or OBS, and you can put a high-def video together, can't you? I'm not saying it's bee's knees, but it would be good. It'd be better than some of the ones. I mean, we're in a situation where we're giving free access to high-quality video and sound with a recording, which we can then repurpose, and that's gold dust. If you're in business now, start gearing up for being live on video. And if you are interested in going live on video, this is the advert, John. Go to amazon.com or amazon.co.uk, type in live video, and you see a book with a purple banner on it. That's the ideal Christmas present. It's only $6.99, and it'll tell you all about live broadcasting. And Fraser and I wrote it. See, that's the advert done.
Second advert, come on, Stephen, you might as well advertise your courses as well. Especially as I'm in the latest one.
Well, true, yes. Yes, this latest course, just give me a moment. Let me go and, oh, you panicked me. You have to fill for a second or two. Yeah.
Phil? I can't sing and dance. So
that was brilliant. So I'm going to be quiet now.
So Stephen's running some courses that you can get on for 99 cents for the first 3 months. That's 99 pennies, American pennies, which is about 87 pence in the UK. And I'm even featured in the latest one. So they're really worth the watch as well if you want to learn how to do it. But you want to see it on screen rather than read it on your Kindle.
Right. That was super echoey. That was strange. It's okay, it wasn't you. I don't think it's you. I think it's just the system. Right, I posted the link. I posted the link here. I posted the link on Facebook as well.
So there's a link down there somewhere where you can get to the courses.
Oh, right. Now we definitely do have an echo because I can hear you twice. Unless it's, hang on, sorry. No, I'm going to shut up now. Hello, John. Hello.
I couldn't hear any echo.
Good. Neither could anybody else.
We have no echo in the bunny win.
Yeah. What I did discover is that the feed on Facebook is there's not much of a gap now. Yeah. Between here as well. Right. This has been. Are you okay, John? Shall we? Have you more stories before we wrap up for this week?
Only about water.
Okay, go for it.
We had a water main burst in Birmingham that happened underneath the lamppost, would you believe? And created a crater so big, created a crater so big, it's going to take them 4 weeks to fill it up.
Wow.
Because the main is 30 meters below the surface.
90 foot? Down there?
And over months it had weeped up. and eventually, when it got close to the surface and the pressure gave way, it pushed the lamppost up in the air, and it has created a giant crater.
Wow. Everybody
And
okay?
also, before they managed to turn it off, 400,000 gallons of water were lost.
Wow. Wow, wow. Did you hear, talking of poles, the one in Japan where it just the road just disappeared?
Oh, they filled it up and now it sank again.
Yeah.
I think they're worried about that might happen in Selly Oak, which is why they're...
Yeah, it's not sunk to the same extent though, thank goodness, and there's nobody injured. Right, okay, well, this has been Blabbing for Britain, episode 54, live on Facebook. Shall we say thank you to everybody, John, as we're live? Yeah.
It'd be nice to see our friends here next week. Perhaps we need to have a little practice in between.
Yeah, I think we do. I did an hour with Peter yesterday, and he was working fine. And he was on his portable with a reasonable camera. And we know that Stephen's out and about today. But Kelvin, if you could still hear us, it'd be nice to have you in the room next week, because we can bring people on and off stage. And anybody else wants to join us on stage next week, 10 o'clock next Thursday morning, then come along and you can try this out. We'll be back on Facebook. We've survived our first attempt. And,
yeah, and to everybody watching us on Facebook, thank you very much. To all those that are going to watch the replay, thank you very much. Tell your friends we're here.
I totally agree. Bye,
You've gone quiet.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye for